programmes, and the illustrations for this term come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. And this week's slide of sunflowers is by Naomi Packer, aged 9, from Tyne Tees School, Newlyn in Cornwall.
This is independent television for schools and colleges. At the start of a new school week, a very good morning to you. The illustration we're showing between schools programmes this week was drawn by a group of 14-year-old boys from Merrywood Boys' School, Daventry Road, Knowle in Bristol, and it's called A Gang of Punks. All the illustrations that we're showing this term come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. Our first programme this morning, Picture Box, follows very shortly. At the start of a new week, welcome to independent television for schools and colleges. Picture Box follows in just over a minute. And the illustration we're using between schools programmes this week is called Chilly Billy. It's by Andrea Dreyer of Bredyland Primary School, Paisley in Scotland. And it's part of the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art.
Elizabeth Greenwood from Hereford School, Grimsby in South Humberside was highly commended for her textile design guardsman, this week's picture. And all this term's illustrations come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art.
at the start of a new week, welcome to ITV for Schools and Colleges. The illustrations we're using between schools programmes this term come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. This week's painting is called First Day at School. It's by Rachel Hodgkinson, aged 9, of Edenhurst Prep School in Newcastle-under-Lyme in Staffordshire. Well done, Rachel. Our first schools programme this morning is Picture Box. It follows in 1 minute from now. Welcome to independent television for schools and colleges. The illustration we're showing between schools programmes this week is by C. Money. I'm afraid I don't know whether it's a young man or a young lady. Anyway, C. Money is aged 17 from Kenton Park, Newcastle-on-Tyne. It's called Scene, and it's now part of the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. Our first schools programme this morning is the half-term repeat of Picture Box, the film about the kite story. It follows in 1 minute.
All this term's illustrations come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art.
This is independent television for schools and colleges. At the start of a new week, a reminder that the illustrations we're showing between schools programmes this term come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. This morning we say well done to 7-year-old Ailsa Watson of West Road, Haddington, East Lothian. Her drawing is called The Oyster Catcher. Before we begin today's programmes for schools, a reminder that the illustrations we're showing between schools programmes this term come from the Cadbury's National Exhibition of Children's Art. And this week we feature a self-portrait by 12-year-old Celia Uden of Canterbury. Well done, Celia. Our first programme this morning is Picture Box and part 2 of the film about the Christmas messenger. It follows in just over 1 minute.